It is teeny, it is weeny, but it isn't yellow, doesn't have polka dots, and it isn't a bikini as you know it. So what connects this stove to this item of clothing and to this place? The modern bikini swimsuit was introduced by French clothing designer Louis Réard in July 1946. It was named after Bikini Atoll, where the first public test of a nuclear bomb had taken place just 4 days before he introduced the bikini swimsuit. The first public tests on Bikini Atoll, where they showed the pictures and film of numerous bombs exploding. I think there were 2 craters left at the atoll. Produced a craze for the atom from roughly a decade, from 1946 to about 1956. And it was at the forefront of pop culture. Naming products after the atom bomb and the public tests on Bikini Atoll was normal and was a way to market them as new, modern and exciting. Last week we showed you the S.E.B. Atomic. This is its little sibling, the S.E.B. Bikini. If we compare the two, you can see just how much smaller the bikini is to the atom. Isn't an atom smaller than a bikini? This is more a car camping stove. This would be more for carrying in your rucksack. It is a lot smaller. Now, it has a pot stand. I keep it on here, just convenient for storage. Like the Atomic, it has a domed cap with a seal. This one seems to be in better condition than the one was on the Atomic, which I had to replace as it dissolved with the alcohol. Like the Atomic, it has the airflow regulator, but unlike my Atomic, this one has mesh on top of the wadding. Mine did not come with a snuffer and a way of regulating the stove, so yet again I made my own one. This is a Mark II version. It's easier to use, as you can see. Now, if we have a look, we can see it's a stove, ratio, regulatable, uses alcohol, it's inexplosible, which means it's spill proof basically, and it's called the Bikini. The pot stand, sorry about the noise, screws on using the same thread as the lid, which is very handy. I don't know when this was last used, but we'll just fill it up with bioethanol. Give it a good soak. It seems to be changing colour, so we'll give it some more. That seems to be okay. We'll just move that over to the side just now and put in the scales. I'll just give you an idea of the weight with fuel and all the parts. $375 grams. As usual, I'll just have that moved over to the side. We'll bring in our kettle, which fits on okay. It's a nice low centre of gravity, this stove. Now, I haven't lit this before, so we'll give it a shot. Switch off the lights. We'll put on the kettle and time it. Now, luckily, I made sure for the filming that I'm able to adjust the flame. So we'll just turn it down a little bit because it's going up over the side. Okay, that is not even the flame at full power. As you can see from that. And the kettle is already boiling. That's it at full. That's it at totally no air getting into it. So that's at simmer. And then, boom, it'll let the air in and it'll go up. That's it at half. So we'll just turn it down. That took 4 minutes. So I'll just show you again. That's it at the lowest level. That's it at the full level. And then we can adjust it halfway and all the way down. You can regulate it very well. Now we'll just switch it off. If we can. There we go. As you probably saw, that doesn't really work that way. You have to put it on upside down, but that's fine. So that boiled 300 mils of water in 4 minutes. But what I'm really impressed by is how much you can change the flame. And it's a small little burner, but you better cook on it. The only thing is, of course, is I'm going to have to take it to bits and just see about loosening up the mechanism. I'll just move the kettle out of the way. I'm not worried about this spilling or anything. The only thing that I don't like is once it's got heat, that is very difficult to use. I'll look into that, the best way to make that work a bit better. As with all alcohol stoves, we can't take it away, we can't pack it away until it cools down, especially as this has to be unscrewed and that will be very hot. So what can I say about the Bikini stove? Brand new, this would have been great. For its time, it's small, compact, lightweight. It's powerful. It boiled that water up in minutes, 4 minutes to be exact. The only downside, now it's of a certain age, is the control mechanism is difficult to use, but that's to be expected, I think. There's only one tab on one side, which is a shame. You have to make sure you're at that's always at the side you're cooking from. You can't take the fuel out of it once it's in, so that leaves it open to corrosion. But it's spill proof. It's quite a safe stove, even though it's a huge flame on it and it was licking round the sides of the kettle. Compared to the Atomic, it's much faster. But the Atomic was probably took double the time to boil water because it hadn't been used for so long and it was totally dry. I had seen the photos of this with a flame, so it had been filled up recently before I bought it. The Atomic would probably do much better now than it did in the last video, after it has been used and it has had alcohol. So they're actually quite efficient little stoves. They are safe with regard to open alcohol stoves and spillage. If I had the original snuffer, it would probably be a lot easier to regulate. And there's probably a little bit of corrosion in there as well, which doesn't help. Do I like it? Yeah, I love this little stove. It would actually fit in some of my pots, and I could take it away. So that's number 3 in the series of my French stoves. We have one more next week, which is going to be quite interesting as well. So stay tuned in for that. And I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.